Award-winning photographer Stephen Alvarez has been working with National Geographic since 1995. He's covered high-altitude archeology in Peru, rainforest research in Costa Rica, and cave exploration in Papua New Guinea. He's also photographed some of the world's rarely seen objects.
Now in a book, Rarely Seen, photographs of the extraordinary National Geographic reveals a world very few will have the chance to see for themselves. Along with contributing some of his own photos, Stephen Alvarez wrote the book's foreword, and he's here to tell us more about that. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming and visiting us. Truly remarkable photos. I mean, you spent your whole career going to these places, as we mentioned, that most people will never see. What's been the most challenging part of all of that?
Well, there are several challenging things about it. One is just getting to the places. Oftentimes, they're extremely remote. Working in New Guinea, we had to take a 3-month expedition.
Wow.
It's a long time in the field, and some of it is just physical challenges.
Yeah, just looking at that image right there, it's amazing.
That's Singi de Bamaraha in Madagascar, and it's a tough place to be because those are 300-foot tall limestone pinnacles, and they're sharp as knives.
Wow.
You went to Madagascar to shoot lemurs, yes?
Well, I went there to do a story about the Singi. That's this huge expanse of pinnacles, and the lemurs live within it.
Wow.
But to actually photograph the lemurs, you have to climb out on those pinnacles. So you climb up 300 feet and down 300 feet. And I remember shooting out there one evening or photographing the lemurs, and standing at the top of one of these pinnacles, perched carefully up there, and it's getting dark, and I'm taking pictures, and I was thinking, well, this is how people die.
Yeah.
How does it feel to know that you're like the first human to visit some of these places?
It's an incredible experience being the first person into a fantastic place like the caves in Papua New Guinea. We've discovered and explored a place called the Mayo Lake Room. That's a 300-foot tall room with a 4-acre lake and emerald blue waters. And to know that more people have been on the surface of the moon than have been in this room is an incredible experience.
There's got to be a certain responsibility you feel that comes with that when you're there.
Absolutely. Anytime I'm photographing something that no one's ever seen or few people get to see, like the art in France, I feel this responsibility to carry that experience forward and to bring it to the larger world. And it's a tremendous responsibility. This image of Chauvet in France, these are 36,000-year-old cave paintings, but no one gets to see them. They're restricted to certain researchers. So being the person that explains what that stuff looks like to the rest of the world is a huge responsibility.
Are you able to do more now than you ever have done because of the technology advancements?
There have been huge advancements in technology over the course of my career. I started in film and now shoot digitally. And digital cameras work better. They allow me to do more things.
What about those iPhones? Is it true some of these images, I mean, that you're seeing now, not necessarily in the book, but you see them on billboards and everywhere where people take video and pictures with their iPhone and it's coming out great.
Camera phones have changed the world so much, and they're getting better and better and better. And that's, and what they've done is they've opened up imaging to billions, literally billions of people who couldn't afford it before. So we're making more images than we ever have as a society, and photography is more important than it's ever been.
We talk about how many remarkable images there are in their book, and they're virtually all stunning. I wanted to look at one particularly, a shot of the Titanic. Tell me about, if we can get that image up, tell me about the story of getting that image of the Titanic.
Well, this is an Emery Kristoff photograph of the Titanic, and the Titanic is at the bottom of the ocean, as we all know. And to make this image, he's using submarines.
Yeah.
And he's using submarines to light the Titanic, but also to make the photograph.
Wow.
And it became an iconic photograph. And some pictures get elevated to this iconic level where they became part of our collective consciousness. And Emery's use of technology to make that image really helps elevate it, because it brings something that is impossible to see to light.
All right, the book is Rarely Seen, Photographs of the Extraordinary. Stephen Alvarez, thanks so much for being with us this morning. The pictures really are stunning.
Well,